The life's good.
All right, what I want you to do on this, you just go online, and there's a whole lot of different ways. There's not one exact answer to this. Go online, try to find out how much a car dealership makes in profit on a new car. Put in there, I forgot. On a new car, also put a used car in there. Colby, did you grab one of those when you walked in? So a new car and a used car, and just explain it to me down here in this area. It could be a percentage. Like I said, there's a million different ways you could explain it. It could be a percentage that they make. It could be, $50, whatever. But look up and just try to figure it out and explain it.
If you didn't get the thing finished, just get it to me at some point.
Dealer's cost, that's what we're going to cover today. What'd you find out when you were looking up this stuff online? How much does the dealer make on a car, or on a new car?
20%.
20%?
I found 7 to 13.
10 to 20% is what
New cars, it was 6 to 8 for me, and then for older cars, it was 12 to 15.
You see how much difference there is here. All right, I seen one paper, I read one paper and it said 2 or 3%. All right? If you look at, if you go to a dealership and ask them what profit they make on a car, like if you look it up online, look up some dealership, which I did before class today, it'll say anywhere from 2 to like 7%. If you look up some consumer thing online, it'll say anywhere from 12 to 20%. All right? The actual profit that they make is probably somewhere in between there. So it's sort of hard to tell, but a lot of dealers now, you go into a dealership, and it's a little different than it was 10 years ago. You go into a dealership now, and they don't haggle with you. The price that's on the car is the price that the car is. You go to like CarMax or one of those places, that's the price. I know we went to CarMax and I was looking for I can't remember what I was looking for then. I think we were looking for another van or something. And we were going to trade in the van that I drive now, and they had their person write down the trade-in value of our van, and we looked at another van, and they said, here's this and this. I said, well, I won't take $5,000 for my van. Can that go up any? And they said, nope. It's $5,000 as a trade-in. I said, well, can you come down to any on the price that you got on the van that you're selling? Nope. This is what it is. There's no haggling. Either you take it, you don't. I said, all right, I don't. And we walked out the door and left. So you go to CarMax or one of those places, and that's the way it is. Whatever price they have in the window, that's the price.
This percent. Let's say percent.
I'm going to say percent of the.
The other one's percent.
Percent.
Oh, it's supposed to be percent. Sorry, it's spelled wrong. Plus a percent. Yeah, that should be percent. My fault. See that, Lane? I spelled something wrong. My fault.
Oh, no.
See, most of people didn't even figure it out. Of course, Alex had to figure it out.
I just wrote it down.
I'm sure it makes a difference too on what kind of car you're buying, how much the dealer makes. If you look up,
Yeah, luxury cars doesn't work at night.
right, if you look up some luxury car or some,
So like Mercedes and them, but like in like Kia and stuff, it's just 7%.
Exactly. A little Kia, they're probably making a very small percentage. Mercedes, they're probably making a little bigger percentage. So the dealer's cost is the price the dealer actually pays for the vehicle. Usually, the price that they pay is a percent of the base price. This base price, and somebody asked about this last time. Let's see here. This base price sometimes also is the MSRPs. Anybody remember what we said last time that stands for?
Market sales.
Manufacturer's suggested retail price. So that's what the manufacturer suggests that they sell it at to make whatever profit that they think they need to. That base price, whatever that base price is, let's say it's $10,000. So that's not what they buy it from the manufacturer for. That's what the manufacturer suggesting they sell it for. And the manufacturer charges them like 90%. So if they charge them 90%, that means that the dealer gets 10% profit. Now we say profit, does that necessarily mean that that's profit? Because they got to pay the person, the salespeople, they got to pay for the building and everything else that they're selling in. That's why a lot of these places now are going to where everything's online. You don't have to pay for rent and.
It's also a terrible market for cars right now.
Yeah, and yeah, right now it's really, really bad. My wife was.
The chips, it's mainly because the chips, they can't get them off.
Yeah.
You can't transport them.
What was she looking at the other day? She was looking at it was a Aveo, because I had an Aveo. It was like a 2010 Aveo or something. And it was like $10,500. And I'm like, it didn't cost that much in 2010 when it was brand new. And it's because of the shortage. And it had, I mean, it only had like 60,000 miles on it or something. But still wasn't worth that. So what they do, the percent of the base price plus the percent of the options, that's another thing. You go into a dealership and they, oh, you want this option? You know, do you want this? Do you want this? They try to get more and more stuff added on there because then they can make more profit off of it. The formula here, percent of the base price, and I give you down here how to get that percent, or how to get that number. Percent of option price, give you that, plus the destination charge. Again, the destination charge, they're going to tell you what the destination charge is normally. It's just what they get charged for the dealer, or for the manufacturer to send them that car. That destination charge The dealership is never ever gonna pay that. So they pay $1,000 for a car to get sent to them. Guess where that $1,000 goes? Right on the cost of the car. They're gonna get their money back from you. So they're always gonna just charge you that right away. Stuff like any kind of taxes. Maybe Ohio charges a certain tax on new cars. And when you vote for stuff, be careful. Oh, they're gonna charge this dealership for every new car they sell. Well, who are they selling those new cars to? The consumers. And then guess what the dealership does? They just charge the consumers and make their money back. That's why a lot of the government stuff now with the taxes, and they say, oh, they're going to tax the big businesses. That's great, but guess what those big business people do?
Charge us more.
They charge the consumer more. Nobody understands that. Oh yeah, that's fine. Charge those billionaires. No, don't charge those billionaires, because then they're just going to charge us. That's how they got to be billionaires. Stuff like the last couple of years, my wife, she didn't tell me about the Child Refund Act and all that crap that we've been getting. $200 a kid each month, or I don't know what it was. She didn't tell me because it would have made me mad. Where's all that money come from?
Us.
Comes from the taxpayers. I don't know. Oh yeah, the government's doing us, helping us out so much, Jalen. They're sending me $200 a month for my kid. No, that's my money. You're not sending me anything. You're taking my money out of my check and then sending me money back. If you want to do that, just cut the taxes off and let me keep my money from the beginning. Now, it could be wrong, you know, it could be that Ben over there, if he never gets a job or anything and he just collects the money from the government, then he's all happy about it probably. What your dad does.
But he just says I said.
I see, and some stuff I can understand. I mean, I got plenty of family members who are on welfare and stuff, and some of them, like I got an aunt, she's 70 years old or so now, something like that, at least 70, probably older than that. And she weighs about 350 pounds. Well, yeah, she, you know, I understand, she can't get out and get just a normal job. It's just not feasible anymore. That doesn't bother me, but then I got some cousins who more look like me, just don't want to work,
Collecting your
and they're collecting the same thing as my aunt is, and that just doesn't make any sense. Believe me, there's nothing, this stage of my life, there's nothing I like better than to set my butt at home. Relax, and do a whole lot of nothing. What do you got? You can't even.
Go ahead.
You guys are like 18 years old. You got to work for the next 40 years. Then you can say that.
Yeah, we're in the next generation.
I won't mind other work, I just don't like working in some way.
That's
Fast food is just not it.
That's a good thing. That's why you have those jobs now, so that as you go on, you say, I don't want to do that anymore.
That's another fast food job.
All right, this is how you find this. We're going to do this one problem, then we'll do the assignment, and we may do some of it together. SUV sticker shows a base price of $28,430, so that's your base price, with options totaling $2,421. Destination charge is $75. This is the way that they figure it out in the dealership. Now, you're probably not gonna ever see this a whole lot. If you get on some of those consumer sites online, they'll show you these actual percentages for some dealers and different things. So this dealer, the cost to the dealer is 88.6%. How about your calculators for me? All you're gonna do with that is you're gonna take 2,800 or 28,430, and you're gonna times it by this percentage. What do you do to that percentage? So what is it?
0.886.
Somebody multiply that for us.
$25,188.98.
Now, what that is, that's how much.
Is that the answer?
Sort of is a multiple choice question. There was like 4 of them. It was a multiple choice. So that's the cost to the dealer. All right? That's how much the car actually costs the dealer. The dealer also gets charged for these options that are put on the car, and they are charged 91.2% of that. So you take 2,000 or 2,421 times it by, what's our decimal this time? 0.912. Somebody multiply that for us.
$2,207.95.
Say it again.
90% of 2,400.
Say it again.
$2,207.
I thought you said something. 2,200 and what?
$7.95.
So that's how much the dealership is.
That's how much the dealership pays. Quiet, let's go. That's how much the dealership pays for the options.
So they're doing like what,
So they actually, how much do they make on the options?
$200.
A couple $100 on the options. How much do they make on the actual car here? About $3,000. What do we do with these to figure out the dealer's cost?
Add them together.
And you're also gonna add on what?
The destination charge.
Somebody add all those up for us.
That was the answer.
$28,146.93.
Say it one more time.
$28,146.93.
So they're really only making it clear
Now, this is sort of a,
not a.
it's not a factor, because they pay it and then they charge you for it, and so it doesn't really affect anything.
I think it is. Right. Voila. Oh, no, they were more issues. I thought they were like only.
That's what I told you. I told you it's multiple choice. You're just seeing the first answer. On the assignment, page 345, 3214, do we want to work problems together? Listen to me. It's been a while since I've said this, Elijah. Today is, what's the date today? March 1st. Anybody remember what I told you at the start of the year when March rolled around, what Ebersole was going to do? He's going to be a jerk and start saying, I don't care, just don't do it. No credit. To that point, I'm done. All right, Lane, you might get lucky because I sort of like you for whatever stupid reason. I can't figure it out in my head yet. But you might get lucky and I might still complain to you. If you're not doing the homework, take the 0. I don't care anymore. You guys are seniors, getting ready to get out in the real world. And I might not live for a whole lot longer, but I'm going to live for a little while you're out there. And I really don't want a bunch of freeloading punks out there that don't want to do anything. So, can't have a whole lot of Elijahs running around the world. One's plenty. Is that right, Elijah?